Lately, I've had conversations with different people. Um, as we are manifestations of divine energy, I also have been hearing more and more about other cultures interacting with us on our 3D level, other cultures that are not terrestrial.
And for some, 4 and 5D level.
And that is actually what I went to inquire about. Um, we're seeing uh, physical signs on the earth, in the earth, getting telepathic messages from beings that are not earthbound, who are very interested in the development of what we have here because it also impacts them. And I wanted to know if you could talk.
Isn't it interesting that most of your race does not consider their existence and how they impact the universe?
Oh, we do. I've definitely encompassed that.
Not
That
all
I
of you, generally speaking.
Yeah. I think it is partially that concept that makes me want to ask more about how we can shift our perception to be more receptive to the fact that we are the same in energy, if not in physical manifestation, and some of that as well. Ancient, in a very ancient way, but that there is so much information that would be useful to us in this transitional period from those groups. And if you have any recommendations for us about how to be open to that information without any trepidations of source, which is, it seems to be the 3D preconceived notion. Though many are ready and are loving those communications and just in awe of it, how can we assist that process along?
The answer to this question is the same answer that can be applied to any challenge that would require any member of your race to be more open to any new experience. Then, any new experience, no matter how small or no matter how large. The answer to the question is you must examine individually, each of you, what your limiting beliefs are about such interactions. And do not try to eat the whole apple when you do this. Take one bite at a time, because many of your race are not accustomed to contemplating ideas on a universal scale. And so, when approaching the alteration of your energy, which would create opportunities for more experiences in the realm that you are speaking of here, but it also creates more opportunities in the realm of whatever is desired by any of you. So, this is why the answer is the same for you, but as well as anyone else who is wanting to create more opportunities for experience in any area. Take one bite of the apple, meaning identify one thought, one singular thought, one limiting belief, one fear based, anxiety based limiting belief about interactions with life beyond Earth. Just one. create the opposing belief. Now, understand also that the trepidation that you speak of can be traced back to ideas and beliefs about good and bad, the morality of good and bad, and the morality of good and evil. I have said many times, there is no evil. I have also said the universe is good, the planet is good, humanity is good, every human on the planet is good. This is a belief that is going to expand the energetic space, that as it broadens, it will allow for more opportunities for interaction, more opportunities, period. But it requires, as I have said earlier, for you to disregard everything that you've learned. Because for most people, it is a stretch for them to believe that the world is all good, because they have observed others, because they have stood in judgment, because they have seen things that they have deemed to be unwanted, not recognizing that there were purposes served in everything that they observed. But because they did not have the long range perception of all that is, the broader perspective of their higher self and their cognitive thoughts, in their daily thoughts, they have determined that there are things that are good and that there are things that are bad, when this is not the case. There are things that are good and then there is evil. Again, I am not discounting the validity of the experiences of people who believe in evil, let's say evil spirits. What I am saying, and what I have always said, is that your reality is a mirror of your beliefs. And so the first thing, the first bite of the apple would be to challenge then your belief that the world is part good and part bad. The next limiting belief, the next bite of the apple that you could take, is to believe that all people are good, you see. The next bite of the apple you could take is that assimilation of understanding that since all that is did not create evil, then it is logical then, as things sometimes need to be in your neuronal processes, that everything in the universe then is also good. And when you take these three fear-based limiting beliefs and you convert them into the opposing beliefs, you have now created an energy highway that will expand the ability for you to have these opportunities of loving, satisfying interaction with life beyond Earth. Then you see, on one hand, it is simple, but on the other hand, I am saying you have to disregard everything you have ever thought about good and bad and create the belief anyway. Create the belief anyway. It's everything is energy, and energy is constantly. And so if you think of your ability to transmit energy in these terms, the question really becomes, how do I transmit the energy that will create more opportunities and minimize trepidation? Well, you have to change your beliefs. Of course, you knew that I was going to say that. But those are the three core beliefs that would need to be challenged and altered to create a field of opportunity for this interaction. You are only using the word trepidation because there is fear, anxiety of the unknown, then, you see. But if you create a belief that every person on the planet is good and that the planet itself is fine, it is good, it is as it should be, and then you create a belief that the universe is the same, then you have created a platform from a vibratory position where you don't have to be afraid of the unknown. For if every human on the planet is good, and the planet itself is perfectly fine and everything in the universe is good, there's nothing to be afraid of. You just have eliminated the need to be afraid of the unknown. Fear of the unknown in any framework comes from these three core beliefs. The fourth bite of the apple that I would take is that once you have converted these three beliefs into the opposing beliefs, which are unlimited beliefs, now you can go to the fourth bite of the apple, which is because this planet is good and fine, because everyone on the planet is good, because only this goodness is flowing to me, because everything in the universe is good. I am supported by everything in the universe that is non-physical and everything in the universe that is physical. I am 100% supported in every way a living entity can be supported. I would start with these 4 bites of the apple if you would like to create more opportunities for this interaction. Of course, the creation, these bites of the apples that I speak of, also evaporate trepidation, anxiety, worry, fear of the unknown. Because as you create the opposing beliefs, they take the place energetically of the fear-based limiting beliefs. And those are beliefs that will serve your race in the coming times, especially in the coming year. This year, the more people adopt these beliefs, the more the planet can also vibrate at the higher resonance that each of you will vibrate as, and cohesively, the vibration that is being transmitted out into the universe will increase exponentially. Everything is energy. Everything is energy then. You also understand that you have to take into consideration the probabilities, probable realities. Not everyone is going to do this conversion. So there are probable realities where these interactions are not moving in the direction of what you are hoping for. But the more of you that do this, the more that reality, that probable reality, becomes the reality then for more of your race than not. But it is a level of energy work that will greatly assist your race and your planet and the universe if more of you did these 4 alterations of beliefs, these 4 bites of the apple. Questions?
So,
and may I say, there are already these interactions that are happening. These interactions have been happening before your race came into being. These, let me say, the visitations, the visitations on your planet occurred before your race came into being. And these interactions have been occurring all along, then you see. So it is not as though that those of you who are going to be expanding this energy highway is creating something new, then you understand.
Yes. So there is a group of very childlike light beings that Michelle and I have knowledge of. And can I simply open myself to the awareness of their interaction, or should I continue to go into channel to have a fuller experience with them?
There are 2 questions here.
Yes.
The first question is, why would you not simply open yourself and speak frankly?
Yeah. My the limiting belief that I can't be aware enough. So that's something I need to just move aside. Yeah.
Every human on the planet is aware enough. It is a natural part of the psychic aspect of your existence, then. You call it the spiritual aspect of your existence as opposed to your physical aspect of your existence. Yes?
Yes.
So you already are these things. The question is, do you want to? Because
Yes.
you have free will. You are free to do whatever you wish here. Do you want to have that experience then by yourself?
Yes, it's very freeing, and it's kind of, it makes me feel fuller.
Then
It's
have it.
very enjoyable.
Then you can have it. The opening of self within a framework, as you said, was the other choice in session, then, yes?
Yes.
Is a permission slip, and there's nothing wrong with permission slips, but you're asking, do you need the permission slips? And the answer is, I don't know. Do you need the permission slip, or do you trust yourself to have the experience on your own, which you are perfectly capable of doing because you are a divine creator in physical body? You can do what you wish. You can have what you want. Do you want to?
Yes. and I have, I guess, right, I shouldn't question whether or not the information is complete, because it is.
Complete is a very interesting word.
Or ongoing, or somehow limited by my own self. So yeah, that's the precursor I need to examine.
You have to examine why there would be trepidation. Why would there be trepidation that would require the permission slip of the session?
Right. Yeah. Not the trepidation as much as not a trepidation about the experience, but about my reducing it in some way.
Your concern that you're reducing it is reducing it. If you release the concern,
Okay.
the energy will not be present. You're concerned about the concern is the impediment then.
Problem.
Every human on the planet can do this. You are no exception. You are not less powerful. You don't have less spiritual aspects, less psychic aspects than anyone else on the planet. See, so it's your concern about it that is creating the energy.
Right. Thank you.